Did you just ask her how she met your father?
Yeah. Did you know, or?
At a dance at the embassy, right?
Oh.
How did you meet him?
I was working at the embassy,
Yeah.
and he was working at the Haitian border.
At the Haitian border?
Yeah,
Oh, looking for bauxite or something?
looking for bauxite. But you're right, I told you that he slept with the guy who was managing the employees who were digging. And they both slept on hammocks. And that's when I learned, I said, my God, how could you sleep in a hammock? Curved like that. And then he said, well, the other guy told me. He was Dominican and they're used to sleeping in hammocks. And you sleep on a hammock diagonally. In other words, if this is a hammock, and you sleep like that, you're curved. But if you sleep like this,
Oh, interesting. Then you're sort of straight or sort of flat?
or diagonally, then you see how flat it is there?
Right.
So that's how he learned to sleep on a hammock, like that.
Yeah, okay.
So anyway, and then when the cook served the food, all the employees, because it was out in the boonies between Haiti and the Dominican Republic, the employees would take their shovels and rinse them in the river. There was a river in between. Rinse them in the river, then bring their shovels, and then she'd serve the food on the shovel.
In between what?
Between Haiti and the Dominican
Oh, is the
Republic.
border river? Okay.
This particular
Okay, yeah, okay.
So then, Papa thought that he should not act like he was that much, better than they were. So then he would go and get a shovel and had his food served with a shovel. Anyway, so there was no telephone line to that location, no telephone. So they got the movies. And the only way you could communicate was by telegram. If you went to the closest place that you could go, you could send a telegram. If you sent a letter, it would probably never get there. So the couple who lived in the city, who was the manager of the little bit that Alcoa had there, it was trying to find out bauxite, I met.
They live in Santo Domingo.
Lived in Santo Domingo.
Okay, that's okay.
And I left a party. I met them at a party at the embassy.
Okay.
So then, when I met them, she said, "Are you married?" And I said, "No." And she said, "Well, we have an employee who works at the Haitian border, and sometimes, not too often, he comes on a weekend. He has to come on a truck. So, if he comes, we find out when he's coming through a telegram, then if I call you, would you go out with him?" And they said, "He's a real nice person." And I said, "Sure." So then, in the meantime, I was dating Clint, the one that I showed you in the picture.
The FBI agent or the
No,
Sailor boy.
sailor? Okay.
Well, he was with the Navy, but he really,
He was intelligence or something? Or?
yeah, he and a group, a small group, they were the only ones in the Dominican Republic, intercepted the telegrams that went from Germany to Argentina.
Oh, okay.
Argentina was pro-Russia and Germany.
Yeah, okay.
So then they would intercept those telegrams in the Dominican Republic,
Okay.
and that's all they did.
But this was after the war when you met him.
No, this was during the war.
No. Well, that's when Clint did it, but when you met Papa, it was after the
Yeah,
war.
but then I was going to tell you. So then Clint, I showed you the picture of Clint.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So then Clint went to the embassy, and he went to, I don't remember, to renew his passport or something, no, because that was, Peggy worked at the consulate, and I worked as a secretary at the embassy. I don't know, he went to the embassy for something. And that's where I met him.
Well, didn't he work at the embassy?
No.
I mean, wasn't he based out of the embassy because he worked for the Navy, or I guess not. Okay.
No, he didn't work for the embassy.
Okay.
Oh, I know where I met him. They had a little place where they used to go, I forget where. Anyway, I met him, and we became very close and planned to get married. And then, when the war ended, he left and he lived in Chicago and went back to college. And then I had a vacation, so I went to New York, flew to New York, and then he wanted me to meet his family. So then I flew to Chicago. And of course, I stayed in a hotel. And was allowed to stay in many places.
Right.
My parents would kill me. So anyway, so I met his mother and father, and his brother was the one who gave me that painting that's in my bedroom. He was an artist.
What, the Sikh guy or the
One that's right next to my bed.
one of the Sikh or the bearded guy?
Arab or
Okay.